Alright, so here comes the second community cast from a video that has been submitted to me. In this game we have a free-for-all between DemoGuad, Roco, Alfare, and Litamus. I have not seen DemoGuad, G-U-A-D, haha, I misread it at first. So yeah, I haven't seen the video yet, so this is going to be exciting and surprising for me. Going over the army list, the Tomb Kings have decided to go with a large contingent of monsters and all of that mash. And then we have Roco rocking the all-flying gyrocopter squad. Totally illegal intermittent play, but this is free for all, so whatever. And then we've got Alfare playing a balanced chaos build, I presume. Oh, he's pretty heavy with knights, so I guess he's elected to go with more of a mobile option in a free-for-all format, which is not a bad decision because you want to really be able to choose your engagements in free-for-all. And then Litamus, I think, has the honorable tournament legal for build, so we'll see how he fares versus what's clearly some creative liberty type of builds that have been featured by the other players. So early on, it looks like Chaos is deployed with these 3 units of Marauder Horsemasters close to the Gyro Bombers. They can probably do some work if the Gyro Bombers are not able to kite, but whenever you have this many of a certain number of unit, it can kind of overload the counters to it. And so, like, Alfare sort of protected himself by getting 3 units of Marauder Horseman skirmishers from anti-air threats. And normally in a regular game that would be enough, but when there's that many gyro bombers, there's nothing really you can do about it. So this is very, very punishing for DemoGuad. There's just no targets for him to attack. Where the hell is the Rune Lord? Oh, Ungram. He's got Ungram. It's not even a Rune Lord. So Ungram's over here. So I guess the Tomb Kings are going to beeline it over to Ungram. Ungram does have anti-large. Maybe the Tomb Kings should have just beelined it towards the Wood Elves, and maybe they hope that some of the Wood Elf shooting could have scared off the Gyro Bombers instead of going after Ungram. But it looks like DemoGuad was seeing red right now because of all the Gyro Bombers, and nobody likes Ungram, so they're going after Ungram pretty hard. So I'm going to fast forward here a little bit because this is just a free-for-all, so we don't need to go like super analytical with everything here. So Archaon's going to get in some cycle charges. I guess the hope was that maybe if you break the Dwarf leadership, it would be easier to route the Gyro Bombers. Let's check out what the leadership of the Gyro Bombers is. Oh, it's pretty low. It's only around 50 or 60. So if you do take a little bit of damage, there's a chance that they could just run from the fight. Archaon is getting picked down by the Gyro Bombers here. So Roco off to a pretty big lead, picking off one Lord. Most of the Tomb Kings, it seems. I mean, these are really high value targets, right? But Litamus is here. He's going to try and have a say in this matter with some of his Wood Elf archers. And he's very, very healthy. And maybe Roco is going to get off to a head start by chipping away things. But eventually he's going to have to deal with the Wood Elves. And the Wood Elves do have the tools to deal with the Gyro Bombers and then some. So some shooting here, actually, some sneaky shooting from the Chimerian Warfinks. It looks like they were able to scare away the Gyro Bombers from Roco. So Roco is off the board now. He's lost his leader. He's lost his Gyro Bombers. I had totally forgotten that the Chimerian War Sphinxes could shoot, and it looks like the damage output from them was enough to take out the Gyro Bombers. So I'm a little surprised by that. I learn something every day. I'm going to slow this down for a sec. How much damage do they do? Missile damage is 62, so it's not a ton, but those Gyro Bombers are single entities, and I guess it was enough. Very crazy. Over here we've got some Marauder Horsemasters. They're going to be shooting into some Eternal Guards with shields, or nope, charging in, getting a free cycle charge on the War Dancers. War Dancers are going to cut them up pretty bad, so I'm sure that Alfare is going to want to peel those out ASAP. So yeah, front line's crashing here. The Chaos Knights are going to get in the charge. Nothing really getting to the rear. It looks like the Glade Guards are getting pressured out from the Nahakar Horsemen, which is really punishing for Litamus, because he really needed them shooting in at the Chaos Knights and or even some of the large Tomb King units. So Yeah, it's too early to call it about who's going to win. It looks like Roco is probably going to concede his lead to DemoGuad, who has pulled ahead now with the Cambrian War Sphinx, is just running over infantry left, right, center, front, everywhere. The Wood Elf Archer line is getting collapsed, so I think the problem is that they didn't have enough mass to deal with all of these large units that have gone in here. The Treekin were able to pin the Chaos Knights and I guess this Cambrian War Sphinx in place, but they didn't pin them into spears, and so basically the units were free to cycle charge as much as they want, and they've essentially run over most of what Litamus has to offer. That said, the Hawk Riders are still chipping down different units. The Glade Lord is healthy and high and dry in the sky. Maybe the Glade Lord could have gone into melee to assist with pinning some things. A little bit risky. Ditto with the Spellsinger of Life, but between the two of them, maybe they could have pinned a Cambrian War Sphinx, or erased it a little faster, or obstructed some of these Chaos Knights with lances, because right now they're pretty much doing whatever they want to. So Alfare, it looks like he is gaining some ground, and his army is still fairly healthy. If he can break off these units of spears, then maybe he can start picking off some really high value targets here, like the remainders of this Cambrian War Sphinx, the Lure of Light Caster, and eventually the Glade Lord, and that could turn the tide of battle in favor of Alfare. So we shall see, but DemoGuad still has a pretty sizable lead, and he still has the Necro Sphinx, but that one is crumbling. And that one is, the other Necro Sphinx is crumbling, and this one is about to crumble. If it takes any more damage, I believe it will crumble. And so it could turn into a battle between Alfare and Litamus at the end. But I think Litamus is very tattered, and if I have to hedge my bets, I think Alfare is going to pull out the win here, but we shall see. So if you look at the morale of these spears, it's pretty low. A rear charge from the Marauder Horsemasters is not going to help that, even though they do have anti-large and so on. Whenever you get a free cycle charge opportunity, especially in the rear, I think it's usually a good idea to try and take it. But they are going to flee. They don't have super high leadership, and I guess just the chipping down of the archer fire and other things was enough to take them off the map. So I don't know. It looks like DemoGuad is still holding strong. The Necro Sphinx has been constantly crumbling, but it's also constantly been in combat. And just the fact that it's in combat means that it's still chipping up more and more points for DemoGuad and making it harder for everyone else to catch up. But Alfare has still some knights that are intact. They're chasing things off, and he is closing in on DemoGuad, making it a lot closer fight here. So the Glade Lord probably could just go in and fight these Swords of Chaos. I mean, look at the morale of the Swords of Chaos. If you put the Lord plus the Glade Guard in there, it can, and plus the Lure of Life Caster, it can probably kill those 8 unit models, right? But if he just sits in the sky and chips down, it's going to take a little bit longer to clear them off, and we shall see. Well, the spears are doing work. Spears are doing work. More shooting. Treekin hustling, trying to get back in the fight. There's a unit of War Dancers on the far side of the map that have regrouped, but the challenge is going to be pinning these Chaos Knights in place, and I think there's... Oh, so he does send the Hawk Riders to melee. Hawk Riders do have armor penetrating weapon strength. You can see that there, so they will be able to put a dent in on the Chaos Knights. And yeah, putting them in melee with the support of the spears is a really nice play there from Litamus. Maybe something that could have happened earlier, but I guess he wanted to use all of his ammo there. A nice net goes down here, just trying to pin the Chaos Knights with the Prey of Anathrema. This unit has 27 models, this unit has 21 models. Charge coming in here from the Glade Lord onto the Chaos Knights. They are wavering, and if a little bit more damage goes in on them from the Glade Lord, maybe they are going to break off. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Treekin are over here. Looks like they are going to get in onto the side of these Chaos Knights with lances. Without the leadership on the field for Chaos, the problem is just encouraging and keeping their units in combat. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. We're going to see the Wood Elves are able to consolidate. Will Litamus be able to pull it back, or will it be too little too late? I think he will be able to clear off the rest of what's on the map, and he does so, but he's a little bit down in the points at this point. And yeah, so victory to the Tomb Kings with the large build. DemoGuad pulls it off. thank you for the replay. Actually, now that the match is over, I will tell you DemoGuad is the one who submit the replay, so I had a hunch he might pull it out. But it did look like Alfare was going to... He had an opportunity. I think maybe Litamus had an opportunity too there. But yeah, fun battle to watch. I mean, Roco maybe could have pulled it off too if he had some way of keeping Ungram alive for a little bit longer. You know, he did get off to that early lead, but couldn't sustain it. So thanks so much for watching, and if you guys want me to do other community casts in the future, shoot me replays, and I'll try and get them up on the YouTube. Cheers, bye.